Okay, so you're watching Visual Radio Arts Soundcheck. My name is Sara Vian. It's at Mighty Rooster. And you have been pretty mighty, actually. It's been rocking, actually. I don't know what it sounded... Did you feel like you had to use the force out here, or was it sounding really good? Because it was with you, actually. It's been sounding brilliant. I think you'll be pleased to listen again. So just introducing you. On drums, we've got Dean. Hello, Dean. And we got Simon on bass. Steve on vocals and acoustic guitar. Pete on electric guitar. And... Mike on keys and violin, right? Yeah, okay. So it's all a bit squashy now. I'll try and not turn my back to the audience and talk to you at the same time. So it's essentially, I'll come over here. So it's Pete and Steve essentially that write the songs. I've got to give you this mic when you speak to me, so we'll try and work this out. So you started about 1996, yeah. Just give us a bit of the backstory.
Well, the band was formed out of the ashes of various other different groups. We started thinking we were going to be a band that was going to play unusual covers. And then we started playing a few of the originals that Pete and I had written, and the rhythm section said, why are we bothering to learn the other ones? And so we started working around then. We gained and lost a few players along the way. Most of our keyboard players have disappeared like Spinal Tap's drummers, but we ended up striking lucky with Mike in about 1999, and we've been kind of going on and off, more off than on, ever since.
Yeah, because I looked at your website, and back in 2014, you said you were sort of re-emerging like a great Leviathan, and that was 2014.
Yeah, I was heavier then. We got together for a reunion gig in 2014 and then decided that was more than enough for everyone. So we then took another 5 years off and came back last year and did a couple of good gigs that we enjoyed. So now we're more of a going concern and looking for employment. Yeah,
because I think I saw you first at the Corner House in Freem, is that right?
That's right, yeah. That was our reunion gig. That's the first time we played on the same stage for a very, very long time. And some of the songs had been dusted off for the first time in 14 years at that point. We then played the wonderful Box Rocks Festival a couple of days later. And then we regrouped for this one as well. And then we're looking for new opportunities during the course of this summer.
Yeah. Well, I did spot on the Wiltshire Live Facebook group that somebody was crying out for some decent music over there. So maybe check out the pubs in the Wiltshire area.
Well, Wiltshire is obviously a little bit of a black spot as far as music's concerned in comparison to the wonders of Frome. So we'll see if we can spread a little Rooster magic over there at some point.
Yeah, well, we've got the Bennett Centre in Frome now, actually, which is a really interesting venue. So hopefully we can get you there. So essentially, you, Pete, and Steve writing songs. How did you both meet?
We worked together. We were both teachers, local school. Steve came up with all these songs, so I thought I better pen a few. So I have to say that the half dozen or so that I've contributed, it's been very much a band thing. So even with Steve's songs, he'd come along with a song. It would never be exactly how he did it. So everybody would chip in. So Simon on bass, the drummer, the keyboards. So they're very much band compositions, although Steve came up with most of the original lyrics and ideas. So, and we've got a few things in the pipeline, but we haven't done any new songs for a few years. But we would like to, because that's part of the fun of it, doing the new songs.
Yeah. So do you feel like you're awakening now?
Well, most of us. You can never be quite sure with Simon, but
actually, the rooster is the alarm clock, isn't
Absolutely, it? Absolutely, yeah. And I would say that none of us are morning people, but apart from that, it seems to suit us quite well. We're loud and cocksure and quite happy to annoy people as much as possible in order to get our way. So Rooster seemed about right.
No, I mean, it's actually a really well-crafted sound, isn't it? What are your influences?
Well, they come from all over the place, and if you ask every member of the band, they're going to say something slightly different. From me...
Maybe that's how we can include everyone, actually. You start.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, for me, it's... I come from a folk rock background, so it's Fairport, mostly in the kind of Martin Alcock era, and Jethro Tull play a big part in a lot of my music. but also an awful lot of other things kind of feed their way in as well. The last track we did was taken from a relatively obscure Jack the Lad album from 1971. So we pick things up from here and there. But yeah, those are my two major influences.
Yeah, we'll come back to the concept of albums in a minute. So I'll just quickly ask you, what are your influences, Dean?
Basically, I steal everything from everybody. I have no shame. So everybody.
Yeah, I mean, that was an absolutely brilliant sort of strong deliverance there. Thank you very much, actually. I mean, I sort of describe you guys as Celtic rock when I talk about you, just because you've got that sort of logo. Anyway, Simon, isn't it? Yeah, what are your influences? Oh, try not to get me back to the audience here.
About a million miles away from any kind of folk music you could possibly imagine. No, I never really done the reggae thing. More like Pink Floyd to Led Zeppelin, and then a bit more psychedelic with Ozric Tentacles to, yeah, anything out there, especially under the radar stuff. I like anything that doesn't get played on mainstream. Anything that's kind of hidden away somewhere, you know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I suppose. So, anything but anything, you know.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay, and you Pete?
I was 16 in 1970, so most of my musical influences come from between 1970 and probably 75. So there's the folk stuff in there, and the sort of general rock stuff of the early 70s, and the prog rock. I mean, I like jazz, but I don't pretend to make that an influence. But mainly from that era. In fact, Steve and I, although he's much younger than I am, we have lots of our CD collection overlaps, believe it or not. So yeah.
No, you got that great sort of 70s sort of folk rock thing, haven't you? You can grow your hair. Can you grow your hair? Takes too long to comb the knots out, doesn't it? Okay, and you. Okay, so it's Mike. Why do I keep forgetting that? Mike, hello.
It's a short name.
Yeah, you've got the mic now.
I've got the mic. That's easy to. What's my influence? Well, I started off as classical when I was 4, so I've gone through like classical violin, classical piano, and I still play classically if I can.
Notice the name in there,
Yes, and so a bit of harpsichord there, that sort of thing. Apart from that, I've been schooled in prog rock by my other half. And Steve, of course, he probably played me all the Beatles when we were at school together.
And Jethro Tull.
So yeah, Jethro Tull, Barclay James Harvest. It all goes in one ear and out the other for me. The thing I remember is classical.
Yeah, so medieval Celtic folk rock could be interesting, couldn't it? Yeah, you do. Yeah. Going back to albums, then you've released a couple of CDs, haven't you?
We have, yeah. The first was the first album that Mike joined us for, which was called Gargoyles, because of the incredible good looks of all of our band. We then brought out a probably slightly more realised and polished affair, which was called The Red Room. And the third one was a live CD called Can't Believe Your Ears, which went along with the DVD of Can't Believe Your Eyes, subtly linked. And that's it so far, but you never know, there may be more.
So, are they available to buy?
If you contact the band through our Facebook page, then undoubtedly we can find you a CD. I'm sure there's a few skulking around in the cupboard somewhere.
Actually, I did notice under goodies on your website you can click on how many you want. Does that still work?
It's worth a try.
We've got to dust it all off, haven't we?
Contact our Facebook page.
Okay, just, so is it essentially Mighty Rooster on Facebook?
It is.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant. Any gigs coming up?
Nothing in the pipeline at the moment, but as I said, we're open to opportunities. We've played a number of festivals in the past. We've played at the Cheese and Grain quite a few times. We're looking for those sorts of gigs again coming into this summer to try and re-establish the group on the scene again, because it's been a few years since we've been doing this seriously, but it's fun. We enjoy it, and so we want to spread the Rooster love a bit further.
And what inspires your songs? Anything particularly?
Well, How long have you got?
None of them are very happy when you listen to the lyrics.
Yeah,
That's cool, isn't it?
very few of my lyrics, well, just miserable mostly. But they're almost all written from a fairly personal standpoint and reflecting whatever emotional state I'm in. But I do write miserable songs better than I write happy ones. This song is a happy one. But it was fleeting, and I'm not guessing it's going to happen that frequently in the future, so people have to enjoy it while it's there.
Yeah. Well, I suppose folk prog rock is quite dark, though, isn't it? And it's quite cool in being dark, isn't it? If you got happy, it might be jazz, mightn't it, Pete?
Nothing wrong with
And that, yes, yeah.
I told you that's what we should do. We'll do a couple of happy ones.
Yeah. We're getting, we have our influences in the writing are kind of widespread. We've done reggae numbers in the past. They didn't start as reggae numbers, they turned into reggae numbers. We've done all sorts of things. We've got country and western numbers. We've got all kinds of things in the repertoire somewhere. And so it just depends where the inspiration comes from at the time when you're sitting down with a blank piece of paper.
I suppose if you just stay in the moment, it'll be all right. Well, no, okay.
It all comes out a Rooster song.
And is there a Rooster dance?
Oh, the dance moves. Oh, you must have missed them.
Yeah.
Let's have a competition.
No, let's not.
Well, not right now, but you people out there, if you fancy creating a Rooster...
Yeah. Book so you get to see the dance moves.
Yeah.
I think the challenge is to find a dance that works all the way through Where Did Your Love Go, the second track. And if they can do that, they probably deserve some kind of prize.
Okay, so get your Mohicans on now. Yeah, okay. Brilliant. Anything else you would like to say to the world? Anyone?
Oh, nice to be here. Nice to be here. Thank you very much. That's the first thing.
It's been really... Yeah, well done. It's been really great having you, actually. And I wish you all the success and lots of gigs, because it is great. So you're watching Visual Radio Arts Soundcheck. My name is Sara Vian. This is Mighty Rooster. So go and have a look at their Facebook page if you'd like to book them, or at least just follow what they're doing so that you can be there and we can all get down on the floor and do the rooster dance. Okay, so coming up... Well, I'm just a little bit... I might have to have a couple of drinks. So, Saturday the 8th of... Okay. Oh, you know it. You do it. Oh, you've got it.
Oh, yeah.
Come
Okay.
to our next gig to find out.
Okay.
Simon to model it.
Okay.
Teach you
Okay, then.
on our next gig.
Yeah, brilliant. I think people will love that, actually.
Oh, they will.
Yeah. Okay, so just to let you know, Saturday 8th of February, we've got a band called the Wattingers. Wattingers, it had to be that, didn't it? And they're steampunk blues, so that's not going to be boring, is it? So do tune back in at 8 o'clock on the 8th of February for the Wattingers steampunk blues. And if you've liked what you've seen tonight and you feel to donate, could you press the shop now button? And if not, have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you next Saturday.